Not my first time. All right, so a word of warning. Is there anyone in here right now who's dining? Because this is really not conducive to digestion. Okay, so this is the story of, and along the lines of the cat theme that we have going on here. Interestingly enough, the wild things that sometimes we invite into our homes and we call them pets. How twisted is that? You know, they're wild animals, aren't they? Really? So. Anyway, you're going to have to, some of you are too young to remember the 70s with the caftans and the gold medallions and Carole King blaring on the radio. So anyway, it's 1970s and my parents are having this fabulous dinner party. And they've invited all these guests, and they have their caftans on. My father's chest hair, red chest hair, is hanging out of his chest hair. Got the gold medallion just right. And my mother is, she's got everything set perfectly. It's Martha Stewart, way before, you know, that era. All of the china and Waterford crystal that's been brought over from Ireland. And the guests have arrived. And it seems that they have dotted every I, but they haven't. In the dining room, the formal dining room, there is a glass aquarium that contains the gerbil king and queen. And someone has forgotten to remove the aquarium and move it into the den. So, all of the guests arrive, the party is in full swing, the wine is flowing, the queen, my mother, has come in with this big, giant plate of lemon chicken, very decadent for the time. And they're all having orgasms right now because the wine is flowing and it's in Waterford crystal, and when we're having such a great time, my sister Jane, who maybe was 8 or 9 at the time, walked in to check on the gerbils because she was concerned that this event was occurring way before the time that the gerbils are going to get active at night, and that it may be disturbing their sleep patterns. And when she walks in, she notices a red smear on the glass aquarium and lets out a scream. At which point, our guest of honor, a Jesuit, with a piece of Waterford crystal in his mouth, bites down and cuts his tongue open. At the same moment that my mother realizes that the gerbil king is eating his young. While the dinner is going on. Oh my God, Andrew, get that glass out of here! Get it out of here! Oh my God! So this was probably the first and last formal dinner that we had in that room. Because what happened was my father fell in his caftan, stumbling over to get the aquarium and take it outside before everyone realized that gerbils do what humans do sometimes. Just because they're your family doesn't mean that they're not going to eat their young. So, I guess this is just a warning. You know, when you take on a pet, it's great to have a dog and put a collar around it. But be careful when you invite things in glass cases and move them into rooms you eat in. Okay? So anyway, the long story short is, yeah, it was a disastrous party. And yeah, he got his tongue stitched up, but it was okay.